Welcome to the Piece of Music Podcast. I'm your host, Pete Atlas, and today is Thursday, June 27th, 2019. And today's episode is going to be about suicide. So if you don't want to watch it, you might as well change it now.
It's that Piece of Music Podcast. Piece of Music Podcast.
So, life can be funny. It's like you never really know how people are feeling inside. People can put on a smile and it seems like, everything's going great. You hear some good things that are going on. You just don't see the struggle or the inside turmoil. So, I think it's hard to know if somebody will do something of harm to themselves. Sometimes I think it's very clear, but it's like I have family that go through ups and downs like we all do, and I mean, like, look, I've been super unprofessional in the past and not turning on my do not disturb button.
Nice.
But from time to time, you gotta just keep moving forward. You can't just stop every time life throws you a curveball. And I'm not gonna say that I know what anybody else is going through or how they get into their positions. But I know there's a lot of causes into why we aren't living our best and happy lives. And I know for me, whenever I felt the lowest, it was from rejection. It was from maybe I liked a girl and she didn't like me back. Maybe I worked real hard to try to get a job I wanted and I didn't get it, or mainly heartbreak related, I'd say. And those can put me in funks. And there was one time that I definitely felt like maybe I could end it. And I sat on some tracks and I just sat there and I was like, if a train came right now, I wouldn't even care. And ultimately that's that permanent solution to a temporary problem. And so I'm thankful that I didn't, because years later I realized that person that I thought was the world to me was toxic and didn't really care about me at all. And it took me a long time to figure that out. But life is funny and the universe is weird, and sometimes it takes some crazy traumatic events to wake you up. For me, it was when I broke my back, it changed my life. Made me realize this, the time's moving. You got to do something. You got to do something quick, because it can go real fast. And recently I had a cousin. Basically why this episode is even taking place, I guess. I had a cousin who jumped off of the Mississippi River Bridge. And, the river's been really flooded. And my grandpa was talking about, 10-foot carps that were swallowing people, and it was grim that anyone would even find the body, actually. And Missouri side of the search and rescue was called off in basically less than a day, and it wasn't looking good. But then the next day I got a call, and a fisherman found her, and she survived, actually. And she jumped off, and I guess, I'm only hearing hearsay. I haven't actually gotten a chance to talk to her yet, but hopefully I get a chance to talk to her and hang out with her and have many more good times with her. Family's crazy, because you don't always get a chance to connect with people, and you're like, oh, I want to connect, I want to hang out, and then years go by and you haven't done it. So I think that's really a big part, is like making the effort, you know. But anyway, so she, from what I hear, she jumped off and instantly regretted it, and was like wanting to live, hit the water, and I don't know if I guess she broke her back, you know, but she swam to an island, and I don't know if she had to swim to another island in the morning, but like somehow or another, she got to a place where a fisherman saw her, and she looks like she's gonna make it. So it's super crazy twist of events, because I thought I lost a cousin. You know, my cousins thought they lost a sister. My uncle thought, you know, he lost a daughter, and it was crazy. But it made me think, like, what makes people want to do that? You know, what is it that makes us feel like so low that we don't even want to try anymore? And you know, I'm one that is quick to jump onto the it's because of the pharmaceuticals, it's because of, you know, the drugs the doctors give you or whatever. But it's not always the case, and sometimes that helps people. And so I'm learning to look past my inner judgments. But you know, it's like you never know what's gonna spark somebody to do that. And so I'm just trying to be open minded, and thankful the opportunities that I have to connect with my family. And I'm gonna try. I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna try to make a more of an effort to connect more, because I feel that it's important, and I feel like I haven't been doing a good job. So I apologize for that, and I hope to see you all soon. But yeah, what I've got somebody in the background, hanging out, just kind of peeping the podcast out. What do you think leads that? What do you think might lead somebody into wanting
To suicide?
Yeah.
When I was littler, actually, I thought it was a couple of things. And by littler, I mean high school, more or less. But I think a lot of it is the environment you're around, is what you do on your day-to-day basis. You know, if you wake up at 3 in the afternoon and then you go and you run to the fridge, grab something to eat, and then go back to the couch, you know, that's not living. You know, you're not even going outside or anything like that. Stuff along those lines. You know, it's a point to where you are not in the right mindset, and you know that, but you don't know what to do to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sort of scares people into going over the edge and thinking those thoughts and doing those actions.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally.
Yeah.
But who knows? In the grand scheme of things, myself, I've had the thoughts. I've never actually gone to the lengths to actually do anything, because the way my mind works is, you know, everything will be all right in the end. You know, there's no reason to worry about what happened yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, and make it affect your future for the negative.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, thanks for the input on that. That's Jake in the background, and definitely some good insight. And I think that you're right, because I think that it's also like the food you eat. You know, like nowadays we all eat garbage. You know, whether we're trying to or not, it's very hard to even eat healthy these days. Even making a conscious effort, because it's just so much around you that's not any good, and the sugar and, you know, all of it. You know, I'm not gonna preach on all of that. I think that it plays a part. The exercise, the sunlight, the nutrition, all of that definitely adds to it. And social media, absolutely. That's a good ad, because, you know, when I first got into Facebook and MySpace and all these other ones, like, it was totally uncharted territory. We didn't know at all where it was going to lead or how it was going to affect our relationships or anything. But now they know that some of the algorithms that these companies run cause people to be depressed, because they suppress who sees your stuff, and it's like who gets that, it's like who gets that power to just be like, and obviously the platform does, but it makes people feel like nobody's paying attention to them or that nobody's listening. And sometimes if the platform were to give them a proper opportunity, they would have at least their family that gets to see it. But with the algorithms, they because nobody else sees it, then nobody sees it, and so it's like this downward spiral, and that causes real depression in people. And for kids that grow up living in that environment, I mean, that's like the world, so they don't, it's like they don't know that it's temporary. And so I'm sure that causes all kinds of depression in the kids. So that's something that I've learned recently, because like I tried to get my mom on Facebook and all these other things, just because like I don't get to see my family a whole lot. And but then it's like this place is toxic, and I'm like bringing her to this toxic environment that she probably isn't prepared for or know how to handle. So ultimately she's an adult and she can navigate through all of that, but we don't always realize the holes that we're falling into or why we're falling into these holes. And like he said, social media is definitely one of those traps. So yeah, get outside, do more, do something, and get some exercise, get some good food. Those are things that are definitely connect more with your friends and family, and less screen time, more reality. And I hope my cousin gets well. I love you. I'm looking out, and I hope you I hope through everything that you can find your way. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of my family in Tennessee in a couple weeks. And shout out to my other family that I just saw last weekend. Congratulations again to Nick for graduating, class of 2019. So anyway, that's the episode. I'm gonna make it nice, short, and sweet. I love you. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. But what you gonna do? But what you gonna do? Hear you talking, but what you saying? I hear you talking, but what you saying? You keep on talking, but what you saying? I hear you talking, but what you saying? But if you keep rocking, rock it for me too. You keep on rocking it, rock it for me too. If you keep rocking it, rock it for me too. You keep on rocking it, rock it for me too. I hear you talking, but what you gon' do? You keep on talking, but what you gon' do? Hear you talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? You keep on talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? Hear you talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? For 33 years I've been keeping it cool. For those of you that keep on rocking it, rock for me too. Probably messed up more times than you, but it helps me learn my lessons on what not to do. Wanna live right, that's what I wanna do. So it makes me wonder why I steady act the fool. Maybe if I paid attention, I'd learn something new. Fail test after test like I ain't got a clue. Hear you talking, but what you saying? You keep on talking, but what you saying? I hear you talking, but what you saying? You keep on talking, but what you saying? I hear you talking, but what you gon' do? You keep on talking, but what you gon' do? Hear you talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Hear you talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? What you gon' do? But what you gon' do? I hear you talking about what you gon' do, but what you gon' do? Didn't always know what to do, had to work at it to make it true. Always felt like I had something to prove. Felt like everything to lose. You be trying to take a cruise. If you walked a mile in my shoes, used to feel and wonder why I'd lose. But now I paid my dues. Study, study, study. Work, work, work. 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 You could change the world. You could be the one. You could change the world. Go. Be the one. You could change the world. You could be the one. You could change the world. Stop. Be the one. Hear you talking, but what you gon' do? You keep on talking about what you gon' do. But what you gon' do? I mean, like, actions speak louder than words, you know? Let me see some accomplishments. You can check my resume. Hear you talking, but what you gon' do?